Gold Nation is in Washington, Oregon, Nevada, California, and Arizona, and as of today, Utah. One of our partners in the Northwest is Chad Oxner, who is, as most of you know, Colorado. I would anticipate that Colorado will officially join Gold Nation at some point in the relatively near future. And the objective of Gold Nation is not just to grow for the sake of growth, but it's to grow in a way where everybody who is part of it will feel the benefit, not just because Ron says or I say it's really big, so you should feel the benefit, but rather in real ground level textural ways where business gets exchanged, ideas get exchanged, best practices get exchanged. So we're being fairly deliberate in terms of the path of the map and the growth of Gold Nation. But as you can probably figure from 6 states and 1 in the queue, that the ambition for Gold Nation is it's infinite. I mean, the ambition for Gold Nation is infinite. And the reason it's infinite is we genuinely believe at the very core of our beings that if you're a real estate agent and if you work anywhere within the footprint of Gold Nation, that you are going to serve yourself and your family better by being part of Gold Nation than if you're not part of Gold Nation. And we want to give people that opportunity as abundantly and as in many locations as possible. And we also want to continue to build the cachet of what we represent within the RE/MAX system. Because even though we don't see ourselves as just a real estate brokerage, we see ourselves as a real estate brokerage that has essential service providers circling it in orbit. We also recognize that the brand flag that we fly, and in my case that I've flown since 1993, is a very important part of the overall value proposition of Gold Nation. And as such, the larger and more powerful we get within the brand, the more we're going to be able to accomplish within the brand. And that's not just nationally, that's internationally as well. Right now, back to your question, today, with the addition of Utah into Gold Nation, it's 3,250 agents in 6 states. If you were to add Colorado to that, we would be talking around 4,000 agents in 7 states. That represents about 7.5% of the total agent population for RE/MAX in the United States. That is a significant percentage when it comes to growth and when it comes to building and when it comes to negotiations and when it comes to discussions and when it comes to opportunities. And we're very excited about taking that number and expanding it, not just so that we'll have a bigger number, but so that we'll have more opportunities, and more opportunities, not only for all of you in this room, but just as significantly, more opportunities for the thousands of agents that we represent. I don't know whether Ron mentioned this to you, but there was a day when I was an agent. It was many, many days ago, but I was a pretty good agent. And I think I would still not embarrass myself at a listing presentation if anybody dragged me along, although I couldn't do the paperwork. I don't think I would embarrass myself in the presentation. And that degree of empathy for what real estate agents do, it is hard knit into the DNA of Gold Nation. So we really do understand and look at this business from a level of the ground looking up instead of from 30,000 feet looking down. And I think that makes a big difference when it comes to developing a value proposition for those 3,250 and growing agents.